I originally wanted to film this video yesterday, but when I started to put together the racing sim, I noticed that I was missing a box and I missed the second shipment that I needed yesterday morning because it came too early. So today, I'm determined not to miss the package. They're coming again this morning. They should be here in the next 2 hours or so. So we're gonna sit tight until they show up. These two movement watches also showed up this morning, so I thought I should go ahead and do an unboxing for all of us. Because what's better than Christmas morning every morning, right? These are two new watches from Movement's Minimal Sport collection, which is inspired after a typical dive watch. Both of these bad boys are resistant up to 100 meters and can be used in a business classy sense and also a dive sporty 007 vibe type of sense. You guys know that I've been rocking with Movement for years now, and that's because they are an affordable watch brand that makes awesome products, and they sell much more than just watches. They sell men's jewelry, women's jewelry, eyewear, and much more. And if you use code TJ10, you can save yourself 10% off of all Movement products, or click the link down below. Before 8 a.m., it's probably too early for that. We got it. We got it. This is a day that we have been waiting for a very long time. About 2 months ago, I made a video saying I bought a motion sim and I was building a motion sim setup for my downstairs so we can play car games, and it would just be an amazing thing. Well, 2 months later, all of my Fanatec items showed up and the motion sim platform. So today we are gonna build this whole entire thing. I imagine it's gonna take quite a long time. It's probably gonna take about, my guess is gonna be 3 or 4 hours, but we have tons of pieces. This is an example of what it will look like when it's done to give you guys a better idea. I have my handy dandy assistant Jumbo here. What? To help us out with this install, because we're definitely gonna need the help. We got tons of parts here, from our motion sim to all of our Fanatec pieces, which we will go over all of them as we get across them. Also, I want to remind you guys that July 31st, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, Hunt Company is gonna have our summer collection drop. You can follow the Instagram right here. Here are some examples of what's dropping this Friday, and be sure to check it out at thehuntcompany.com at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on July 31st. So this is from a company called DOF Reality. This is their P3 options. There are more expensive options out there for motion sim platforms, but for a at-home rig that is relatively cheap. I think the rig itself was just around $4,000 all said and done once it was shipped here. I have some upgrades that we also got with the sim, which I'll show you later, that are bonus features that don't always come with this. So I kind of went as gnarly as I could with this system because I wanted to have, at the end of the day, a sim platform that is as realistic as physically possible. I'm gonna time-lapse Kevin and I building this for a bit, and I'll update you guys once we make some substantial effort. Okay, that took a long time, but before I tell you about the experience, let's look at it because it looks pretty badass. So the seat obviously sits right here. You have your steering wheel setup will mount right here. Your shifter setup will be here with your handbrake right here, and then the bottom is where your feet will go. Now, this whole platform is a motion sim. It will tip forward, it will tip back, it will go side to side. I also upgraded. I got the adjustable dampening on both sides. I got a few things from DOF. There are a couple options when you finish building out what sim you're gonna do. And I got this fan simulator, which sounds kind of silly, but it's essentially just 2 computer fans with some hose on it. And once our computer's mounted, I don't know where we'll mount these. I think you can just set them on the ground. But the idea is you set them on the ground, and these will be mounted up facing whoever's in the driver's seat. The faster your car goes, the faster the fans will obviously spin, and it creates like a wind effect, which is pretty cool. And we will have a VR headset with this, so you'll be immersed in the video game and also feel the wind speed as you get faster. So we have 2 of those. And then I also got what they call their butt kicker. Now the butt kicker was, I think, an extra $200, $300 option. And it's essentially kind of like a foam mat. This foam mat lays out, and it's actually kind of an ugly setup. I don't know how much I'll use it, but it's kind of bunk. Yeah, you lay it on the bottom of the seat, and then it has like tactile receptors on all four corners. So let's say you were driving over a rumble strip or something. Obviously the motion sim will simulate the tipping of the car, but the butt kicker pad will vibrate as if the car was vibrating over it. So it's like an extra like sense of motion and extra sense of simulation that I added on to it as well. I don't think I actually showed you guys this, but I bought these seats a pretty long time ago. I originally intended to get them for my Mark IV Supra. They didn't fit. I tried putting them in my FDRX7. They also didn't fit. These are $3,000 a seat from Sparco. Real genuine leather with Alcantara. The smell on this leather is the same smell in my R8 and my Lambo. They smell amazing. And then the backs are completely carbon. It's a pretty unnecessary seat, but for those who like the little finer things and like to ball out a little bit, they are super, super cool, and I've been looking for an excuse to use them for a while, and one of my buddies is building the same thing, and he bought one of my other seats so he could use it for his, and rather than selling it, I was like, dude, I should use this as my seat for my motion sim. That's a little piece of resistance. Kev, how was our experience building this sim? Be honest. By the way, guys, none of these pieces, the Fanatec or the DOF system, was sponsored. I bought all of this myself.
The instructions are there, but they're not great. The fitment, not great. I mean, it's sturdy, but like we were fighting like almost every nut and bolt in this thing, and like some of the stuff is just almost just like straight cross-threaded just because we were trying to get it on.
Yeah, it was, I mean, it looks good and it's very sturdy, but the instructions weren't very, very good. The labeling of the hardware was horrible, which I also did some reviews online, and that's a pretty common theme throughout a bunch of people, is that you waste an hour like taking off certain bolts and moving them to certain places because they're just labeled very poorly and it's not very clear on the directions. Now that is the overall experience with building it and installing it, but not the performance of it. The performance of this, I've heard, is 10 out of 10. For the price point of it, there's no competitors out there, but the configuration isn't the best experience. So that being said, time to move on to the Fanatec. Here we have the Fanatec Base DD2. This is their biggest and baddest setup they have for steering wheel feedback. The reviews on this are absolutely insane. This is the best thing on the market for true, authentic steering wheel feedback. I've heard that this thing can rip the steering wheel out of your hands and blow your fingers off. Like, it is so powerful and so receptive. We're gonna be installing this. It's pretty heavy, Puka. Check this out, it's all carbon fiber.
Dry carbon?
Yeah.
That is so sick.
So I don't know how this mounts quite yet, but this,
oh, I think I'm gonna have to leave.
will go somewhere here. We're gonna have to figure that out. So we'll go through the instructions and see how tough it is, but that I'm so excited to use. I've heard nothing but amazing things about it. That's so sick. And then I guess you just, oh, that's it. Damn.
What does that do?
Damn, boy. For pedals, we have the V3 inverted. Again, this is supposed to be the most real thing to an actual feeling of a car out there at the moment. There's a lot of setup and dampening kits that go along with this, but first off, we're just trying to get this thing mounted. All right, so it's the next morning. I had Calvin come over and bring his tool from his house because we need to actually drill and modify our seat rails a little bit to get the seat to mount. So how this is all gonna work is the seat bracket for the sim is just a kind of universal bolt pattern to fit a seat. Of course, our seat doesn't fit it directly. We are going to we're gonna drill some holes, an extra hole on the bottom of the seat rail that should mount to the seat mount on the bottom of the chassis. That will fit the length in between these two, and then the seat mounts to the bottom of the rail right underneath because we have a bottom mounted seat. So we're gonna go to the garage. I've already got our measurements. We're gonna drill this through. We should be able to mount the rails on to test fit it and then make sure the seat fits on there, and we'll be good.
And then we can drive, right? We can drive?
Yeah, we'll be able to drive today,
Yeah,
probably.
yeah.
Most likely.
Can we?
This is definition DIY at its finest.
Let's go. Feels good, man.
That is so not straight. There you go.
Well, I have to get it to be. I have to mark the hole. Oh,
Right.
I am not in the middle of that, Tej. That is so.
Okay. Well,
That's so not in the middle.
that's fine. It's all fine.
Is that in the middle?
It's not really center, but it should be fine. It should be okay.
Let's go.
All right. Test fit complete.
Let's go.
We got it to fit, but we have to bolt this to the seat first. So we'll repeat this on the other one, and then this has to bolt to the seat, right?
No.
Yeah.
No. Because there's no way we're gonna get a tool on top. So, what we can do is we could slide this forward and put a. Since my hole was way too close for comfort, I want to see if TJ will do better than me. I believe he will. He's pretty good at smoking the holes. He was the first one to smoke the hole on the channel. Remember that, TJ? Fucking carbon fiber trunk or the.
Yeah, the carbon fiber trunk, my dude. Smoking the holes.
If we were at the shop, we would be able to use the hole punch right now, but we're DIYing this.
Yeah, DIY at home. You guys could do this at home if you also buy a $12,000 razor trim.
It's not perfect, but there's so many shavings in there. No, not like this, papa.
Where's that Allen key? Where are you putting that, big boy?
It's right there.
Wow.
Right on the rail there, bud. Where's do you have the e-brake?
Yeah.
Can I see what that looks like?
It's in the box still.
Oh.
It's over there. I'll get it in a sec. Alright,
He hits those, chat. He hits those.
come on, bud. Yeah, bud.
Oh,
yeah.
she goes forward, dog.
Yeah. Oh, she got tons of room. That's perfect, boys.
Oh.
You need to hammer it on there.
Oh, I mislid. Yeah. Okay. I don't go to the gym anymore, so it doesn't.
Alright, for this portion, I'm going to set you guys up. Calvin and I are going to put the seat on the rails and try to thread some hardware through it. Get it farther back. It goes way farther back.
No, the hole isn't. Are you lost?
Yeah.
Are you a lost boy? Come on, Teach.
Where is the black one? The skinny black one. Moment of truth. Sit in it, Calv, and see if the slider works. We don't know if the bolts will fit.
I'm kind of scared.
What, you think it's going to tip?
I think it's gonna tip.
No.
Your build quality?
My build quality, bro. Oh, it works.
Let me.
Remember, the pedals aren't fully mounted yet. It all the way up. Here, you can also lean forward.
This is the live stream setup.
Oh, shoot. So, off the bat, this steering wheel, I guess it could be tilted up a little bit. I don't know if there's adjustment for that, but.
I'm sure we can figure something out.
Dude.
Pretty good.
And the shifter, so we don't have the shifter on, but we have the handbrake, but the handbrake attaches to the shifter, but that would just mount right here. And then we're gonna have the VR goggles. Dude, this chair too is so good.
Finally, you gotta use it. It's been sitting.
I didn't know what I was gonna do with the seat for a long time, and I was a little bit worried that this would be not like grippy enough, wouldn't be able to hold me in enough because it's not a bucket seat. But it has tons of bolstering. It looks badass. And I'm just imagining this, dude. It's
pretty gnar. It's a gnar setup.
Dude, it's insane. It's absolutely insane. So this obviously completes the assembly of the motion sim. You know, unfortunately, we don't have the computer yet. That is coming very, very soon. It should be here in the next like week or two. And once the computer is here, we can set up the triple monitors. We can set up, we can calibrate this and see it move for the first time, and we can actually dial in all these things and get driving. So if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and leave a comment down below. We're gonna be adding to this series as our pieces come in. We're gonna be building the ultimate Twitch streaming setup with multiple cameras, and this room's really gonna take shape. So if you wanna follow that, be sure to subscribe and turn off notifications so you guys can be updated with that. And that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out and keep moving forward. Just farted. She looked at me and farted.
Don't put any of this in.
Sabrina.
Oh yeah. We're gonna just make a bigger hole. That's how you fix it. Just spread the hole.
It should be okay.